Savant Syndromes by Brittany Davis. The definition of a savant syndrome is a rare but extraordinary condition in which persons with a serious mental disability, including autistic disorder, have some island of genius which stands in marked and Krug's contrast to overall handicap. When a child is diagnosed in one area, it is exceptionally higher than what it would be expected given his or her IQ or general level of functioning. Having an island of brilliance, but often score low intelligence tests and may have limited or no language abilities. Some people ask, how common is savant syndrome? And the answer to that is pretty much approximately 1 in every 10 persons with autistic disorder has some type of savant skills. The mental retardation, brain injury, those savant skills occur less than 1% of such persons. Now, approximately 75% of persons with savant syndrome have autistic disorder, and the other 25% have some form of developmental disability, mental retardation, or brain injury or disease. Not all savants are autistic, and not all autistic persons are savants. Now, the types of savant syndrome, this includes music, art, writing, calculation, or other mathematical skills, and calendar calculating and mechanical spatial skills. Now, this is very limited. That last one is very limited, but spectacular array of special skills is noteworthy considering the much wider palette of skills in the human repertoire and the rarity of the obscure skill of calendar calculating in the general population. Now, savant syndrome is usually seen in more men versus women. It does occur more, up to 4 to 6 times more frequently in males than females. Now, partly it is due to the fact that savant syndrome occurs in as high as 10% of each person with autistic disorder, where there are already some disproportionate male to female ratios as seen. Most of the time it comes from like neuronal damage produced by testosterone as a fetus. This reaches very high levels and can be, in some instances, neurotoxic. This same testosterone mediated developmental injury, and it causes left hemisphere brain damage before birth in the males. Now, this may account for some highly disproportionate male to female ratio seen in some other form of central nervous system injuries such as stuttering, dyslexia, hyperactivity, and other learning disabilities, and autistic disorder itself. Now, savant was discovered, well, it wasn't really discovered and put a name on it until 1887 by Dr. J. Langdon Down. But there is a report describing Jedediah Buxton, who was a lightning calculator who performed the most complicated multiplications and divisions swiftly in his head, and that first appeared in a German psychology journal as early as 1751. Now, the treatment for savant is the same as you would for the most basic central nervous system disorders, such as autism or Asperger's disorder, for example. In the case of a person with some other type of central nervous system injury, it will be the treatment and rehabilitation efforts as directed towards overcoming whatever residual symptoms came from that injury. But by training the talent, it not only does the special ability improve, but there are also increases in language skills, socialization skills, and daily living skills. And it also leads to a greater independence overall for those savants. And it is very okay to be different.